Happy greetings, everyone. I'm Crystal Forman. I'm the owner and educator of Holistic Wellness and Health, where we make healthy living easy, nutritious, delicious, and fun, with a focus on plant-based foods to help you live a healthier and more vibrant life. If you can see and hear me okay, please let me know by saying hello, and we will get started. So today we are making our cauliflower wraps with peanut sauce. And so we're going to actually make the peanut sauce ourselves. And we're using these beautiful collard greens that we received from our produce boxes from the Plantation Park Heights in West Baltimore. And some of the other produce from there as well. So we're going to get started with our peanut sauce to make sure all of our flavors melt together. And then we'll get ready with started with our wraps. So if you can see and hear me okay, please say hello. I see Sharon. Hi, thanks for saying hello. And we are going to start with our peanut butter here. We have a half cup of chunky peanut butter, but you can use smooth peanut butter or almond butter or whatever butter you want to use. If you're allergic to peanut butter, you can also use sunflower butter. That will work really well for this dish. Happy New Day. Hi, Tavon. Thanks for joining in. So we have our half cup of peanut butter here. We're going to add in 1/4 cup of hot water. That'll help make it easier to actually stir everything together. So just about 1/4 cup, and you can, if you need a little more, just save that. We're going to add to that 2 tablespoons of tamari. You can also use soy sauce, or you can use Bragg's liquid aminos. All of those will work, and that'll add a nice umami flavor, nice salty flavor to this as well. And 1 tablespoon of our maple syrup. If you don't want to use maple syrup, you can also use agave. Agave has a nice low glycemic index. It's still very sweet, but it doesn't raise the blood sugar quite as fast as some other sugars. But we're going to use maple syrup today. So 1 teaspoon. I'm sorry, 1 tablespoon. And then we're going to do 1 tablespoon of our rice vinegar. So if you don't have rice vinegar, you can use white vinegar. It'll be a little stronger. So I would just use maybe a half tablespoon instead of a full tablespoon. But rice vinegar is great. You can get it from a lot of the Asian stores for a really good price. And you can also use apple cider vinegar if you don't have rice vinegar. And we're going to add 1 teaspoon of our garlic powder. So we're going to just whisk all of that together if you want to. You can do this in a blender as well. I'm just going to mix this with my whisk. You can use a fork or spoon, whatever will get the job done. Just let it blend nicely. So these flavors will melt together while we work on all the other ingredients. So I have my water getting hot right now. For our wraps, we're going to blanch our greens. So I've seen some wrap recipes where they don't blanch the greens and just leave it completely raw. And it's fine if you want to do like a raw dish. But because I'm making this for my family, I want to make sure they like it and don't have to chew all day long. So I'm going to blanch. Blanching is great to do to keep a lot of the nutrients in and make the collards a little more flexible, easier to actually make into a wrap. And it just makes it easier to digest and chew. So we have our sauce is ready to go. So we can put this in the wrap or use it as a dip, and we'll probably use it for both today. And if you want, you can actually double this recipe and use it on a lot of different things. You can actually put it on rice or rice noodles. It's really good. So that is done. We have our collards here. I still have the stem on just to make it a little easier when we take it out of the water. I have my water almost at boiling. I'll give it a couple more minutes. So if you've made grape leaves before, it's similar to making grape leaves. Blanching is great for like if you have a lot of collard greens, you're not ready to cook them yet, and you don't want to freeze them in this state, you can blanch them. And then kind of like let it dry a little bit and press it, and then put it in your freezer bags or like freezer safe container. And you can get so much more like in your freezer if you blanch them. It makes a really big difference, and it still retains a lot of the vitamins and nutrients. So let's see, that's good. So I'm going to do 5 at a time. And usually when you're blanching something in boiling water or hot water, you want to leave it in for anywhere from 1 minute to 3 minutes, depending on what it is. I'm going to let these stay in here for close to 5 minutes. They're a little bigger for leaves, and my water hasn't gotten quite to boiling, so I'm just going to let them sit in the hot water for about 5 minutes. Do you have any questions or comments as we're going along? Feel free to just ask. So we're going to, I will do 1 raw wrap just to show you all while we wait for that to get tender. So I'm going to take off the stem. Not all of it. You don't want to go all the way up here, just to about this part where it's very hard. Because if you go too far up, it'll make it hard to actually wrap. Let me move some of this out the way so you can see. When you're filling your wraps, you can really use whatever you want as your filler. I'm going to use quinoa today for my complete protein and for a nice healthy dose of protein. And we're also going to add some avocado for a nice healthy fat. So I'm going to get started with putting my hummus down. So hummus is chickpeas that's been mashed or blended. So it's chickpeas and garlic, a lot of other flavors and seasonings. This one has tahini in it and garlic and salt, granulated garlic. So just put our hummus down. If you don't have hummus, you can use another type of sauce or thick type of paste here. So we have that down. Then add just a little quinoa. So this is white quinoa. I flavored it with parsley and pink Himalayan salt and a little onion powder. Put that on, and then whatever you want. So I have some carrots that also came from our boxes. When you do the first one, it's good to make sure you're not putting too much in. It's kind of easy to put a lot in and then it's hard to wrap. Still will taste good though. Just put it on your plate and use a fork. So I'm going to put some onions on here. I have cucumbers. And you can do this like for a party, almost like a salad bar. You can just do this and have all of the toppings out, and people can put on what they want when we get to that point. So for your family, if someone doesn't like onions, they don't have to put onions on. So we have our red peppers and green bell peppers. The green bell peppers were also in our produce box. So there are a couple of different ways to wrap this. You can either just wrap it like this in like a burrito style. We can put a toothpick in there and just eat it like this. Or you can do it like a grape leaves. And so grape leaves, they usually fold in the sides on the end a little bit, kind of tuck it, and then roll it, kind of like a burrito. It's like rolling a burrito. Stuffing sticking out, that's okay. And there you go. So, and you just eat it just like this. I am going to go with the blanched version for us and for testing as well. So, and I will show you what I mean by the leaves getting softer now. So usually when you're blanching for freezing, you would take this out of the hot water, put it in ice bath for about a minute, and then pat it dry. I'm just going to use my flour sack and dry my leaves. You can see much more pliable and flexible, and it'll make it so much easier to actually bite this. So once again, I'm just going to take off most of the hard part of the stem. So we're going to leave this part on and take this part, the bottom part, off. And save this. You can saute this or put it in your smoothie, juice it if you want, and just like put it in your soup stock as well. Just make sure you use it. And after you put it in your soup stock, then you can compost it. So, cool. So this is our leaf here, ready to be stuffed. So once again, I'm going to use some hummus. You can use whatever flavor hummus you want. This is just plain hummus, but they have red pepper hummus out there and garlic and all types of things. I'm adding my quinoa, which is a complete protein. It has 9 of the essential amino acids that our body needs. And this is really, we have all the colors of the rainbow here. We have our white from our yellow onions. We have our orange from our carrots, which is giving us beta carotene. And we have our red bell peppers here, as well as green. I'm probably overstuffing this, but that's all right. And we have our beautiful red cabbage, which is adding our nice purple color as well. So we have pretty much all of the colors except for yellow, which really a lot of the yellow has beta carotene as well. So we're getting a lot from our carrots and our red peppers here. And then I'm going to do the tuck method. So I'm going to tuck in the sides like I'm doing grape leaves. And then I'm going to wrap it. And you'll see that these leaves are a lot softer than the first one I did that was a raw leaf. And I think you all can see. Then if you want to, you can put a toothpick in here. You can cut it in half and serve it as an appetizer, or let it be its main dish. And you can do like 2 of these as a serving size. And it's very low calorie. Depends on what you decide to put in there, but it's not too much with the fat. So 2 tablespoons of the hummus is 80 calories. And we also have our avocado. So I didn't put avocado in this one. So the next one, I'll put some avocado in. Just thinly slice it. You can also mash your avocado and put it on your wrap. Completely up to you. Does anyone have any questions about anything? Oh, yes. Thanks, Corey. Yeah, just use it all. All of it is edible. Same thing with kale. You can use the stems from the kale as well. They saute up really nicely. So let's do one more. Just gonna dry this leaf off just a little bit. And we're gonna add our hummus and everything else again. And like I said, you can make it your own. So I'll have my family tell me what they want on theirs. Probably want everything, but I'll make sure if I do all of them. I'm gonna put some more quinoa. Oh, and if you want to, so I have the peanut sauce here. You can either put the peanut sauce like right on top of your wrap, or you can use it as a dip. So you can just put some in a little container and just do a dip for it. And you can not only use it as a dip, but you can put some of it inside of your wrap. So I'm going to put just a little bit in the wrap here. So that's adding some more protein as well. And put our toppings. So I have my carrots, red peppers, green peppers, the cabbage here, some cucumbers, and onions. And I'm going to put a slice of my avocado. And that is one very stuffed wrap. So I'm going to just do it like a burrito style. I'm not going to try to do the toppings at the ends. And so there you go, just like this, and eat it like it is and enjoy. So our collards are very high in vitamin K, which is very important for our bone health as well as for clotting of our blood. So when you get cuts, you definitely need to have the vitamin K to help with that. There are times when some people need to reduce the amount of vitamin K if they have like blood disorders where they have issues with clotting. But in general, everyone can enjoy a lot of the leafy greens that has vitamin K. This is also high in iron and vitamin C. So iron is very important for building our blood and keeps our immune system nice and healthy. And vitamin C helps us actually absorb the iron. So even if you have a lot of iron in your body, if you don't have vitamin C, your body doesn't absorb all of it. So it's very important to have both of those, the vitamin and with the mineral. So I'm actually going to eat this. Does anyone have any questions about anything? That's so good. So I normally don't eat on camera, but I decided to do that. So this is really, really good. The peanut sauce, you really can use it on a lot of different things. You can use it in your kale salad as well. You can use it for a lot of things. So if there's no questions, I'm going to sign off. If you like this video, make sure you share it with others and put a like. And if you haven't already subscribed to the YouTube channel, which is Holistic, you can do the @ Holistic Wellness and Health. And make sure you're following us on Instagram and on Facebook. So thank you, Tavon. And I will see you on Monday for our Live at 5. And also next Friday for our Live at 5 with our cooking demo. So this Monday, we will probably either do something in the garden or I'll do a mini workshop. So it depends on the weather. But I think it's going to be nice, so we might be outside in the garden. If you have any questions, comments, please make sure you reach out to me. And I will see you all next time. Have a beautiful weekend, everyone.